tale of two halves. Give up 50 points in the first half and 37 in the second. And I asked the team, if someone scores 50 points, they're not going to change what they're doing, right? So what changed? Us. Shouldn't be a change. We got one win. It should be constant. They had 26 points in transition in the first half. Second half, 8. What changed? Shouldn't be a change. Needs to be the constant. We were talking to them about our three-point shooting in the first half. We were 2 for 11. And I said, we're not a very good three-point shooting team if our feet aren't set. Make sure we get good ones. And that changed. But it can't be a change. It has to be a constant because that's the level that we're playing. I can go on about that, but at the end of the day, you have to take people out of their comfort zone. Atlanta likes to run. Hayes likes to go left. I try to get to the free throw line. What we need to do more of is the 20 assists should be about 26. You know, we move the ball right, middle, left, inside, dribble, penetrate, kick, bucket. It should happen 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a row. And that's the discipline that you have to have consistently in order to have some success. And we didn't, and that's why we weren't successful.
You mentioned the tale of two halves there. You guys went on a nice run there in the third quarter, cut the lead down to 4, I believe. What did you see during that stretch?
I saw stops because when they take it out the basket, you get 2 more seconds to get your defense set. I saw the ball being moved in different ways. The shots that Victoria Vivian's got in the first half, pass ahead, 3. Ball reversal, 3. It wasn't I'm rushed, Angel's hanging on me, I'm off balance, but it's predicated on those stops. You know, we try to chart kills to 3 defensive stops, and you need more of those. But that was the difference when we got those stops. We got good looks.
Yeah. What did you think of the pace of the game tonight? Was it faster than you wanted or a little bit slower?
I like the pace, actually. We like playing at a good pace. You know, there's different levels of pace. People think pace is always 200 miles per hour. You can get in the front court really fast, and then you can slow your pace down so you can see what they're doing. And you know, I don't want to be basketball, you know, crazy with you guys, but they changed their defense assignments 3 times. So that says what you're doing is working, so continue doing it. You know, they started going under, so we would rescreen. So it's some of those things that just has to be done earlier and more often. You know, it doesn't matter at this point because it's going to take all of us, and those things could change with a short season. You know, Mavunga goes out, foul trouble, those things kind of switch up and change. You're trying new things. So, I tell them I don't care where it comes from. I mean, Kelsey didn't shoot it well tonight, but she had 4 assists. That's what no one's going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about, oh, she didn't make a shot. She had 4 assists, so she got 10 points for me. So that's the narrative that's not understood by outsiders, but we understand it there. Because she's going to draw, and then when she kicks, it makes it easier for Tori, you know. And so that's the beauty of having a team that can play off of each other. No, I don't. You know, and I credit them. They're healthy. They got their players back. We all go through it. They withstood our run. They were without a player of the game before, so they had a new starter to line up for another game. No, it was one of those things where we took advantage of a situation and we put our foot on the back of somebody's neck and, you know, hit some shots. The difference is we married it to really good defense. Now, you can argue that some of that was Hayes wasn't in the game. You know, she was 7 for 9, and she's an amazing player. I like her a lot. But 5 of those 7 baskets, she was going left. Now, it's easier said than done. I get that. That's why one person is not guarding her. It's the help. It's a team effort, and that's the disappointing thing. You want to see him do something different.
Pondexter didn't play tonight. What was the decision behind that?
She just got off a plane and literally, you know, long enough to get here an hour and 20 minutes before, and it's not fair to the process or the situation and what we're going through. You know, she's a phenomenal player, but I can tell you this: there was a moment when Victoria Vivian, you guys may have seen it, when she dropped her shoulders in the first half and we had a timeout and she walked. Cappie met her first. Got her right here in the chest, but talked in her soft Cappie voice and reminded her areas that you can affect the game. We're only down by 10, and then bam, 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 bam. You know, and so those are the things that we can always say it, but it's a little bit different when it's coming from somebody that has some experience and some juice.
So
So the last few minutes of that third quarter seemed to be some of the most intense and the most physical of the game, but Victoria really seemed to kind of feed off of that on the offensive end. What does that say about her as a rookie to kind of seize that moment?
Yeah, she's kind of ice water like that, and you could mistake it for she doesn't care, and it's just that she's stoic. You don't know if she's, well, you may know if she scored another 3 in 2 seconds, but in about 5 seconds it fades, and I think that's courage. And once she continues to learn the nuances of the game, it's going to get better because now you see her shot faking. Now you see her getting in the paint. Now she's shooting free throws. She's going to become more complete. And then if she continues on the defensive end, she'll be special.
You guys felt just short tonight. How do you keep the team motivated and high spirits?
They're high character people. Now, don't misunderstand this. No one in that locker room's been through this. But they've also never been with this group of people. And you can see how they're trying to help each other. They can see the energy and effort that we're bringing, the nuances. They're taking responsibility for certain things. Like coaches, that's what we always do, but you can see that wanting to get better. I think it's a lot to do with them, and we're brutally honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Nobody's happy. Somebody's in there sick, throwing up, because they feel. And what that does is it activates other emotions. I know they'll wake up tomorrow and they'll be ready for practice at 11.
Victoria Vivians scored 6 points in the first quarter. She didn't score in the second quarter, but she had a big third quarter with 12 points. Was the offensive focus to play the hot hand?
Yeah, one of those things was I told her, I got her right here, and I said, is that the only way you can help my team is making a basket? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And took her out. She was only at like 40 seconds. Just to remind her, you're more than that. That doesn't define you. And then she gets the encouragement from her teammates, and she got back in her groove. But yes, once she was going, you could see we were all looking for her, pointing for her. Heck, she tried to shoot one before she caught it and stepped out of bounds. But that's recognizing the hot hand and her being ready for it.